It was nice to put two games back to back where we really competed. It's tough for Morgan State. Their best scorer was out. But I felt like we were playing at a high level. And I watched a ton of tape on Morgan State. They've competed in most of their games, competed at Rutgers for sure, and kept that very close. But I'm very proud of our guys because sometimes you think about Christmas and you think about how you're getting home and you're thinking about exams are over and nobody's here and I don't want to be here. And it was great to see our guys so dialed in, so focused on trying to play 40 minutes of Penn State basketball. And we'll give the entire team a lot of credit for that and the captains.
Coach, to have 23 assists again, what do you think the difference has been the last two games, the way they played offensively?
We're just sharing the ball. Again, good to great. Guys are making timely shots, too, for us. But, when they see a wall, they're giving it up, as opposed to some other games where we might run somebody over. But we have a lot of playmakers out there. Shep, Tony, obviously Tony had 8. Josh Reeve had 6. Terrence is getting involved with that. And our bigs are really good passers. And Lamar's a willing passer. So you got a lot of guys with pretty good IQ, giving up good to great, which is terrific.
From the time this schedule was released, you talked about wanting it to prepare you for the Big Ten. Well, here you are. How did it work?
I'm not sure yet, Mark. We'll see. I like to think it's prepared us. I've seen a team and I hope you have too, that's really grown up since the opening night. I see our habits are getting a little bit better. I see our consistency is getting a little bit better. We're defending and rebounding better. Our toughness got a little bit better, and it can get better, and it will get better. And then on the offensive end, little things, our spacing's getting better, and obviously we're sharing the ball. So we'll find out. Northwestern's a heck of a team, and nobody's really talking about them, which I'm really surprised about. They have some really quality wins on their schedule. I think they're one of the better teams in our league this year. I'm going to give Chris a lot of credit for that, but we'll find out on the 27th.
Basically 30 fast break points, basically 40 points off the bench, a lot of assists and made shots. Do you feel like when you think about what this team can look like when it is operating like you feel like it should, is this what this looks like?
This is what I envisioned for sure. That 35-5 run against St. John's and some good runs tonight of us getting stops. It all starts with getting stops and rebounds. If we can get some stops and rebounds, we're making some really good decisions. Especially today, we made good decisions. And in that spurt against St. John's, we made good decisions. But it starts on the defensive end. And it starts with Mike, and he's doing a great job blocking shots or altering shots. But even the younger guys are in stances a little bit more and really buying into our defensive game plan.
And there was a sequence early in the second half. Obviously, the game was not close, but there were a lot of missed baskets. Lamar gets the ball down low and makes a couple hoops in a row there. I mean, how do you feel their game sense is? Obviously, it's not close at that point, but to have a guy that goes, maybe we just have to get one in and then go from there.
Yeah, I think they're getting really smart where, we're not jacking threes in those situations where we may have missed a few in a row. Now we got to put pressure on the paint. Now we got to get ourselves to the free throw line. Now we got to, go attack the rim really strong. And I felt like he can do that for us. And so can Mike. And then Julian played great today. And hopefully that will springboard him going into the Big Ten because we're going to need him.
There's been a lot of talk about Mike being a different kind of player than you've had here. But Lamar, the way he's able to attack the rim, especially on breaks for a player of his size, can you talk about kind of everything that brings, the energy, the excitement?
Yeah, the juice that he brings off his dunks. I mean, he had one at Wright State. He obviously had a monster one today. But he is fearless when he's going to the basket. And he also will jump stop and make an extra pass. So he's becoming a really good basketball player. And the feel that he has right now is, for a freshman, he's a little bit beyond his years. But he's got to keep it going. He's got to be consistent. But you need that fearless, especially when you're in a little bit of a drought.
It seems like since the second half of Pitt, maybe, you guys have been playing harder, just more energy, making those attitude-type plays that maybe had been lacking a little bit. Do you agree? Do you feel that way?
I do. I feel like we're getting on the floor a little bit more. We're diving. We're taking more charges or attempting more charges. There's more toughness plays, which means going to get rebounds, pursuing rebounds out of your area. Maybe just building a wall in our pack line defense, little things like that. They're doing a better job. Every now and then, we want to give a little bit of a hard foul, not a flagrant. Just we're not going to give any easy baskets up, and that's what I saw in the second half of Pitt and these last 2 games.
21 of 24 from the line. You can miss free throws against anybody. I mean, how big is that to have some game reps where you're making free throws back to back to back to back?
The free throws have really helped us in this non-conference. We're able to go there, and we have a lot of good free throw shooters that are shooting with great confidence right now. And for us to get there 24 times in years past, and you guys know this, in years past, we would be fouling way more, and we'd be shooting less free throws. Now we flipped that. We're making more free throws, or at least shooting more free throws than our opponents, which is very good right now.
Can you talk about the 5 p.m. tip, and also what is the schedule going forward for your kids and you now?
Yeah, 5 p.m. tip was definitely a little awkward, but I'm really impressed with this group. You get really nervous because they're so young, and they came into practice yesterday fired up, ready to go, which was step 1, check. All right, in my mind, all right, check, they're here, they're present. Brought them back for film, very good film session, communicated a lot, check. So I felt like walked through today, they were good again, so 3 checks, and we were ready to go. So I felt like we were going to play well tonight. So that's a positive. We're going to give them a couple days off. I think they've earned it. It's been a very difficult non-conference. But unfortunately, we got to bring them back Christmas morning, and we got to practice. We got to really prepare for Northwestern. So that's the game plan.